Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Now, this isn't like my first foray, but I did previously delete my YouTube channel, but this will be the first time I'm talking, of course. You already know what the hell this is. This is just a tier list. I don't think I need to explain what a tier list is, but this is more of a personal tier list for me. While I have done OHOL tier lists, and by the way, any of those videos will not be uploaded, minus two of the two OCTs that were existing before December 16th. So those have been uploaded, but I will not re-upload any other video. I chose to delete it for about 40 days, and now I'm back, so no need to worry. It's hot in here. So, I have my personal favorite animators here that I have watched all at some point of 2025. Now, there might be like a few here that people may not be considered animators in a sense, but this is how I define animators. Basically, you make picture move. That's it. That's an animator. So we're gonna, cut the BS right there and just say that's that. Also, this is my channel, so if you don't like it, you can always make your own tier list. You're welcome. Now, with everyone here, all of these beautiful, amazing animators, I have certain criteria in order to make sure that it's at least fair to some degree, because, there's literally not a bad category. I can say like or mid, which is the green one. I don't even consider that to be bad, but this is all it is. Whoops. I think it was like that. Anyway, I put them in alphabetical order. I will explain each one and show their quote unquote homepage. There might be like one to two exceptions that I choose to not do the homepage. But some of these are shorts animators. A majority of them have done long forms. But my criteria for this list is based on, let me check my notes, is based on 7 things, which is experience, basically how long they've been around, uploads, not to say that they need to have a consistent upload schedule, but just how many uploads they have ready to view at this very moment, which is Holy Christmas Day 2025. Their charm or charisma, basically their, I guess I don't have to explain that one. Their personality, which is probably one of the bigger ones. Most people may sub to someone because of their personality, or maybe even their charm or charisma than anything, or their riz, as the kids would like to call it. Jesus, why did I say that? Their engagement with community, whether they heart on the comments, or they actually post on posts, or they have outside social media, and a small amount of my personal opinions, which is not gonna like shoot someone from mid all the way up to legendary just because I like them. But either way, without further ado, my watch. Without further ado, let's get started with Alex's Corner. Alex's Corner has been around for quite a while. Their first upload being 8 years ago, and their latest upload being about 2 years ago. Now, Alex kind of changed my life a little bit on certain things. I remember one of my viewpoints on relationships was changed because of her. Specifically, her ex. That I'm sorry that happened to you, but You definitely helped a lot of people with that one, so that gets a little bit of good points right there. But there has been a lot of change too. She is most definitely herself whenever she makes her videos. There's no BS or anything like that. But overall, I'm gonna put her on great. The reason why I'm not putting her in legendary is because the lack of uploads now. But that doesn't mean it's like terrible. It just means that, this is some good stuff. I rewatch it every once in a while. But let's move on to, it's a little cheesy, or excuse me, a little too cheesy. She is more of a shorts animator, but I see some good potential, which I might say a lot, but I do mean it from the bottom of my heart. But she is one of the rising stars, I would like to say. But of course, I get it. School kind of like hampers your ability to, create anything. Specifically because I am very much anti-homework. Like, why would you work at home? But regardless, and amongst other things, of course. She does post for her community every so often, and even has actually, because I subscribed to her, and then literally out of the blue, not even a minute later, subscribes back to me, and then I'm like, wow, that's really fast. So that kind of gets bonus points. But I will say she is one of the good animators out there. Next up is Animations, another startup, and as you'll probably see, there's a lot more like startup channels that I've been watching more than the other like ultra popular like odd ones out. Jaden Animations. Animations for sure is community oriented. She has uploaded quite a bit in short amount of time. She also has some shorts, but of course I'm sorry about the jellyfish that happened to you. But she is most definitely a rising star as well. I'll give her that. She already has 2.4 by the time I'm saying this, and only 16 videos, which is actually pretty good. So in that case, I will give her, let's see. I'll leave you right here. Oh yeah, and by the way, I am putting them in order. I'm not just gonna like throw them and just call it a day. This is like actually in order, so just keep that in mind. Next up is On M, and 4.5 K subscribers with only 2 videos is astounding. But her last upload was only 3 months ago. But these are actually good uploads. See me. Being a bully kind of gave me some perspective on something that I didn't understand at the time. But hopefully, she's doing well, and I'm willing to see another video from her very soon. So in that case, I will put her in the good category. And by the way, of course, it's not on subscriber count, but I may edit this list. So if you get something that you don't like, I may edit it later, but we'll see as we go down the line. The next one up is Artistic Waffles VC, or just Artistic Waffles. She is more of a comic animator than anything, but she does make shorts, and they're all like, I don't know if I could say the word juicy, but like these are like more PG-13 than anything, at the very least. But the main reason why I especially wanted to include her is because she is a bilingual animator, which, oh man, I fucking love that. I would say like you can check her out, of course, and you should, especially if you're a bilingual like myself. I really do hope to see more, but she is not like a traditional animator like the rest of these. but she is probably more active on webtoons. But either way, very good. Next up is Bernard, and some of you are like, what? But these videos on like why it sucks to be blank or why you shouldn't be blank, um, there's a few of them on this list, and I have been eating up that content like no one's business. I just really love him right here. I'm gonna put him in the great category. Next up is Bernice Doodles. Bernice is sitting at a whopping 1 million subs, even though she is like super humble about it. But if you look at her artwork, she puts her heart and soul into every single pixel, every single like minute detail in everything she does. Um, I asked her to draw Daisy, Princess Daisy, and Shantae, two of my like most favorite characters in video games of all time, and she did astoundingly well on those, and I still cannot thank her enough to this day for that. Um, she is very involved in the community, of course, even though she is busy with other things. I literally just hopped off her stream not too long ago as I was preparing to um, make this video happen. But overall, despite like not having many long form videos, the shorts that are mostly themed on Has Been Hotel and Spy X Family are very good. So we're gonna have our first animator in the legendary category. Next up is Barry Doodles. Barry Doodles hasn't really uploaded much, but they're actually good personality wise, and even I would even consider a little bit of charisma on that. But I most definitely hope to see more. So we're gonna put her in the okay here. It's not bad, but you know, I just wish to see more from you. Next up is Bruce Do Films. Bruce Do has been around for quite a while now. Like, oh, I don't even know how long ago, but there is a bunch of uploads to already view. His first video was 12 years ago. I remember using YouTube 12 years ago. That's how crazy that is. His stories are like captivating. Like you want to know what happens next. I'll say that much. You think you have a story that's not interesting, but if you say it the right way, oh yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. His sister saying that she's the Paris Hilton of Toledo. I remember like laughing my ass off on that one. I'm gonna have to put Bruce too in the legendary category. Next up is Brio Animations. Brio Animations does a lot of like the Instagram or TikTok type of posting. Very few long form videos, although she has made, I'm assuming it's a girl doing it because of the profile picture, has made one compilation video, but pretty much everything is shorts. I enjoy watching from time to time, seeing it on my Instagram feed. Sometimes like to smile on my face, of course. So I'm gonna put her in the great category. Well, it's a hard pick right here to do. Yeah, that'll work. Next up is Birdie. Now, I might get some backlash or some flack fire from people saying this is not an animator. I'm like, well, whatever. Bro says he makes quote animation videos, kind of. So there you go. Birdie is a variety. I like to call him a variety type YouTuber. Even though most of the time he basically complains about it, it's still entertaining nonetheless. Sometimes I'll just be yelling at the screen like, "Bro, you're so fucking right." um, he does interact with his community. He even has like his own brand deal going on with shampoo or something. I kind of forgot, not gonna lie. But Burrow has almost $750,000 subscribers at 730K, which is crazy. I would say definitely give Birdie a watch whenever you get the chance. Legendary. Next up is Chat History, and it's a history YouTuber, obviously. Now, his artwork is very smooth, and this chemist knows how to put on the show. Okay, let me tell you. Bro, you are like 93,000 away from 1 million subscribers. And he does have quite a bit to consume. Not as much as Birdie or um, Bruce do, but still, I gotta say. And his oldest videos are those 3 years ago. They're like the damn chat memes, which I still watch from time to time. I just think it's funny. Next up is Animations. Conimation has made some long form videos about story times, which if you're into story times, you can watch her right there. She has made some shorts as well. I will say though, I do love to see more of her whenever she gets to upload. So I'm gonna say, I'll just put you right there. Yeah, it'll work. Next up is Cypher Den. Cypher Den has definitely been around probably longer than my life. I'm just kidding. 11 years ago was her first video. But the thing is with her, and it might turn some people off, her art style changes constantly. It doesn't bother me at all, honestly, but it might bother some people. Just putting that out there. She has some of the craziest stories, but I'm pretty sure all of them are real. But either way, it's still very good. There's a lot to choose from to start watching if you want to like waste an hour or two, and you can. So I'm going to put her in the gray category right there. Comfortably between Alex and Bernard. Next up is Cypops. Cypops is sort of unique in a way. And the reason why I say it like that is because her stories are so realistic that it makes you like think, or it makes you relate to them. Although she hasn't really uploaded recently, her latest one was about a year ago on longform. I hope that she's doing well and that we're able to see more of her, because there is quite a lot to actually see here. I gotta say, it's amazing. I do rewatch a lot of these videos myself as well, but yeah, we're gonna put her in the low grade category. Next up is Daydreamimation. Fuck it, we're gonna go with that. Animation is very simple wise, but simplicity does not always mean bad. Simplicity might mean just it literally looks good, really. She does interact with the community quite a bit, of course. But I would love to see more. She's definitely a rising star. She has only 351 subscribers, but still, it's pretty amazing how, with just a little bit, you can go quite far. So we're going to put her in the good category. Let's see. I think that's good. Next up is Emika. Emika only has one upload, but I think it's a very good upload. Now, I will admit, and this is kind of a hot take, I'm not a Pokemon fan, but before you like put your pitchforks at me and stuff, I'm a Mario fan still, which probably doesn't make it any better. But regardless, but there's something unique, and it was because of somebody in Discord basically saying this. She has GIFs of herself that you can use on Discord, which I'm like, damn, I didn't know that was even an option. I'm gonna put her right there. Again, it's not bad, but I hope that you're doing well at that you're willing to see more from you. Next up is Emily's Lore. Emily's Lore is a rising star, of course, at comfortably at 250 subscribers. Her artwork is simple, but that's what I love about it. Honestly, you could not go any better than this. She has made some fan art for for another animator by the name of Animators, which we'll get to here shortly. But I gotta say, I really do hope to see more from you, and that she she somehow gained a subscriber whilst I'm literally recording this video because it went up from 250 to 251. But oh yeah, Cashews is the goat, by the way. So I'm gonna put her right there. Very good, very good. Next up is Eminems. Eminems has a lot of potential. Now there isn't really much to go off of here. She might be inactive, but either way, I really hope that you're doing well and that, you know, I know school can be a bitch, but hopefully we'll see more from you soon. So we're going to put you right there. Next up is Floppy. Ooh, have I got a story for you guys. Well, first of all, let's start with the basics. Floppy is a shorts animator, and it's like the content from Instagram and stuff, which fits perfectly there. And I think she has more content on TikTok, but I don't know that because I literally don't even use that sucker. But either way, this is basically a relationship type channel. And not gonna lie, I like it a lot. But back to the story I wanted to mention. There is a person basically impersonating her with 3 times, I think it was 3 or 6 times as many subscribers as her. I don't know to this day whether the channel has been terminated or not because of the basically the robbery and the pillaging that's going on with this guy. Which, ironically, I wanted to comment that this guy says that he's in university, but if his university in Pakistan or whatever fuck Pakistan he's at, is okay with cheating, then that's not a university. That's basically a den of robbers right there. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in first place in the good category. Next up is Good Enough, and this is the first time I've seen this type of content here. Some of the popular videos. Worst punishments in human history. Deadliest man-eaters to ever exist. I still watch that quite a bit to this day. Most terrifying things in the universe. The unfair matches of the Roman Colosseum. Oh, there's quite a bit. First of all, his artwork. Very comical, but very good at the same time. I didn't even know that was an option. The way he tells a story is just so interesting. It kind of basically tracks you in like a gravitational pull. He does interact with his community quite a bit, does some polls and stuff, but I'm telling you, you're missing out if you haven't seen Good Enough. I'm gonna put him in the great category, and the reason why he's above Bernard personally is because he was the first one I've seen, which is purely by chance. Next up is Historically. There we go. Next up is Historically, which I'll say condensed dramatized history videos about bizarre invention of Dutch pronunciation. It took me a while to realize this guy was Dutch. Not gonna lie. But anyways, some of the more recent videos have been very good. The art style is very, very well done. Honestly, you guys have no idea what you're missing out. Bro definitely deserves 1 million subscribers. He only has 704,000. Come on. Um, just for that, we're gonna put him right here. Yeah. Next up is Historiograph. Now, these animations do not have faces, but they are amazing. The fact that you're able to watch a battle whilst he is describing what's happening is one of the best things for someone like me who was a visual type of learner than anything. Some of these stories might seem like made up because of like, you can't believe this shit happened. For example, how one submarine basically sank a Japanese supercarrier, which was supposed to be a battleship, but then the Japanese basically last minute said, nah, fuck that, we need an aircraft carrier. So they basically speed run trying to make an aircraft carrier only for them to fail because they didn't do their checks. Lo and behold, you don't do your checks, your shit gets sunk. I'm gonna put him, I'll say legendary. Next up is Hyria. Although some of the stuff isn't really being uploaded quite often, it's not her fault per se. But at the same time, it's like, like, you want more uploads? Like, well, yeah. Her bio does mention that she wants to create a safe and comfy space for those trying to escape reality, and she does very good at this. Well, really, everyone here does very good at this, of course. But I remember her video on her $50,000 per night trip to Cancun. I'm like, you lucky something. I'm not gonna say that word, but it's like, damn, that would be something I want to give to my kids one day if I ever can. Honestly, we're gonna put her in the. I'll do first place for good. Also, 4.21k subscribers is way too little from what you deserve, in my opinion. Next up is Impact Video Ministries, or just Impact. Now, this is weird for a lot of you probably. I'll say this again. I am a visual learner. But the fact that all of this, it really has helped me learn more about theology than anything else. I mean, sure, I can always read the Bible, but like I said, I'm a visual person. And this really does help. Asking some of the questions that I didn't even know I had. Like, should I get tattoos as a Christian? What is the Holy Spirit? Am I backsliding with my faith? All of these important questions. How to be holy. How to feel God's presence. If any Christian is watching this, I highly recommend watching Impact, and I highly recommend supporting them. It's one thing for me to say to watch them, but it's another thing to say that to support them is something that I ask of you, if you can, of course. For that reason, Impact is number one, no question. It has had a lot of impact, and I already know who's number two, but we haven't got there yet. But yeah, if you haven't watched any of the Impact videos, even if you're not a Christian, there's still some good questions here that you can see. For example, how Christians should love LGBTQ+. We're never taught to hate, of course, but it is most definitely something that we can work on. Next up, Next up is Jaltoid Media. Now, Jaltoid has quite a bit of history. They have uploaded a lot of games, and then they had a hiatus, and then there's an animated podcast, and then currently another hiatus. There's a lot of history to them that I cannot miss. I really do love them playing Shantae, which is always like funny. But I really hope they're doing well. Snipper clips is, oh lord, snipper clips. Them playing snipper clips is just oh man, it's amazing. Let me tell you. Notorious for not finishing series, but hey, you know, it is what it is, right? But them playing snipper clips, them playing Shantae the Pirate's Curse, them playing Paper Mario 64, them modding Mario 64 to have a two-player game where Emmy's playing as Luigi and Dalton as Mario. It's just like you have no idea how funny that is. Like, you guys are missing out. There is a lot to choose from, so much so that I highly recommend you start from the playlist and watch them whenever you can. I'm gonna put them in low legendary, and the reason why they're not higher is because of the hiatus. And again, I hope they're doing well and that we'll see them soon. Next up is Just Val. Just Val can storytell like no other. She has quite a bit of shorts, and she does interact with her community quite a bit. But if you have a chance to watch her, I recommend you do. For that reason, we're going to put her in the good category right there. Next up is Cassie's Arts. Now, Cassie is kind of a unique situation in a way because, whoa, I'm just looking here and there isn't a lot of there was a lot of videos, but like all but one are gone. She hasn't really uploaded anything since 6 years ago, but I hope you're doing well either way. In that case, put you right there. Although your art is amazing, I'll say that much for sure. Next up is Kulin. Kulin has 5 long form videos, but her art is amazing, especially on Instagram. But like you just see this and you're like, oh, there's another Storytime animator. Like, well, have you even looked at her art? Have you ever eaten the buffet that good before? Cause for real, you have no idea what you're missing out. One of my favorites here is the Running Away from Love, which gave the perspective on, middle and high school relationships. I mean, me personally, I never really been in a relationship in school, but her story kind of gives me an insight on a little bit of mine. So, for that reason, I'm going to put her in the great category here. There we go. Next up is, hold on, I gotta switch this again. I hate that. Next up is Loco Chococoa. Loco Chococoa. Alright, we're gonna roll with that. Anyway, if you love Mario, you will love Local. I'm gonna short it to Local, by the way. This person has made quite beautiful shorts. Like, you would think that multiple people has done this artwork, but nope, it is just this one. Just one person, that's it. A lot of the trends, basically, and a lot of them featuring Daisy, which I find very surprising and nice. Including some of the seemingly dead characters, like this one, Mimi from Super Paper Mario, and Waluigi here. I mean, I wouldn't call him dead, but you know what I mean. not appearing very much. Either way, like, if you really want some inspiration to do some shorts, you can use these videos. And if you love Mario, you will for sure love their videos here. I keep having the temptation to say she, but like I said, I'm not sure if this is a girl or a guy doing this. But anyway, we're gonna put them in the great category. Next up is Lost Legacy. And Lost Legacy was the second that I've seen, just behind Good Enough right here. Basically, those types of videos where like your life, except it's basically your life is blank, not why your life is sucks. But the best video I've seen of any of these was, I'm trying to look over here. Is Your Life as a Comfort Woman, which it's one of those stories where like it just touched me personally about the torturous things that happen in history, which for a normal person they may not believe, but to me it's sort of not surprising. I won't talk about the context of it, but I did leave a comment saying, quote, "First video I watched since waking up because I literally woke up and then I saw that notification and it has touched my heart. I don't believe that I would have lasted a day if that was me in that position, but these women are made of steel and then some. Bringing awareness to this is very important and I thank you for it." There isn't really much funny going on in this, like the, and I'm not saying the humor is dead or anything, but either way, like if you want genuine history about someone else's life as these things, like your life as a child soldier, I never thought that anyone would make this type of video, but here we are today. Your life as a samurai swordsmith. Like those types of videos are just amazing. For that reason, I'm going to put Lost Legacy Media in the legendary category. Next up is, give me a minute, not again with this. Next up is Luna Animates. Luna, your videos are very good, not gonna lie. Very creative on the artwork and background usage, by the way. I really like it. So that for that reason, I'm gonna put you. Yeah, I'll put you right there. I'm gonna bump you up a little bit too. There we go. Next one is Animators. I have mentioned her once before, but Mayo has a lot of potential. She uploads just about like every 2 months now because her quality has increased for sure. But her stories are amazing. She even like did this thing where she's trying to do a new trend, and I want to get to that at some point. Yeah, if you haven't watched Mayo, you should, honestly. So for that reason, we're gonna put her. And by the way, I have to mention this. She does have quite a bit of potential in her art right here. So for that reason, I'm gonna put her in the top of good right there. Oh, that's getting stacked up already. Next up is My Noodle. A lot of, so basically, yes, it's a robotic voice basically this whole time, and it's obvious, but some of these lessons are very good. For example, the Odysseus rule, where you tie yourself to the mast so that you don't fall in any temptations. While I was working at one job, fast food was basically easy access, especially after work. So what I did to basically tie myself to the mast was intentionally left my wallet, but not my ID, in the truck that I was driving at the time. So that, if I don't have money to buy food, I can't buy food. So there's that right there. Most of these are relationships psychology, or men v women psychology, of course. For example, why I chose my daisy over a rose, which is literally what it means to be faithful. I think it's better if you see this on Instagram than YouTube, but either way, these are very good. Now, I do notice that, and I have to mention this, I noticed that some of the text here is in Spanish, which I am not sure if My Noodle is the original creator of this, so grain of salt with that one. In that case, I will put him or her in the good category. Yeah, I'll keep it at that. Next up is Molly and Marms. Now, you might think I'm just going to put her in Legendary and move on, but give me a second, y'all. Let me explain myself a little bit. Molly is quite a storyteller, I will say that. Her personality is captivating. I will say that. Some of the stories, and although like basically almost every story is retail, I've been there before. I feel you. People really do suck, but Molly has been quite an inspiration for me. Ultimately, I really wish I saw more, but she's on hiatus. But I hope she's doing well this winter because I know it sucks when you get snowed in for days on end. There's quite a bit for someone to digest here. I was actually at an Airbnb one time, by myself in this little cottage, and I don't even use a Roku or anything because I just don't need it. My laptop is good enough right here, and I couldn't sleep for quite a while. So I just had the idea of basically having all of her videos play in the background, and that actually helped me sleep. Which I guess is one way to, to help someone sleep. But oh man, I feel like that's kind of an embarrassing story I just told. But fuck it, I'll just leave it in there. Um, she is very close to 3,000 subscribers. I highly recommend that you watch her the second you get a chance. The work stories video is very, very good, very well made. And I get it that it drained the hell out of you, but um, hopefully you're doing well, and I hope to see you with more content very soon. We're gonna put her in. We're gonna put you in the low legendary category. Basically, short and sweet. Sometimes it's all you need in life. Next up is Mystic Art Stories. Mystic is not just an animator, he is also a very, very amazing artist. If you ever go on his Instagram and actually look at the artwork he makes, it's just so. Like you have no idea. You would think that just by looking at YouTube, like, oh, these are just simple drawings, it's all good. But no, this bro knows how to art like no other. He puts his heart and soul into each and every one of these pieces. These paints are beautiful. They're genuine. All of the above. Like, you have no idea. I highly recommend you check him out the second you can. But most importantly, above all of that, is the fact that he has collaborated with another YouTuber by the name of Suni. And their fucking Five Nights at Freddy's video, especially the one that Suni animated, is just funny. Sometimes I'll just rewatch that thing whenever I'm like, I need to fucking laugh or something. That's like an instant laugh for me, and it works every time. Check him out if you can. He deserves way more than 515 subscribers. Excuse me. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him in the. Let's see. I'll put him right there. He is a multi-talented animator, which I always like to see. Next one is nobody, but her name is Nia, so we're gonna call her Nia. She only has one video on YouTube and 2 shorts, but the video itself outweighs pretty much a lot of things, which currently has not only 1 million views, but also she has garnished just under 50,000 subscribers, sitting at 47.7k. And that story alone has taught me quite a few things about teachers. Now, if you don't know me, I am notorious for hating on public school. And you have no idea how much I hate public school. My experience with it. Yes, I have some good memories on it, but the majority of the time I was just sulking through it the entire time. But Nia here, like, if you haven't watched this particular video, I highly recommend you do. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see more from you. For that reason, I'm going to put her in mid-grade category. Like, yes, it's only one video, but it's a very good video. So, hopefully you're doing well. Next up is Ollie Tunes, which is on this one. She is a Canadian with a very high-pitched voice, but she has quite a bit of potential because her voice is unique, and it does sound heavenly. So I'm glad that you actually decided to start your journey here and make videos. She currently has 219 subscribers, and I hope that you will earn many more as you go forward with it. If you guys need a voice actress, you got one right there. Easy filling right there. For that reason, I'm going to put her in the good category, which is... yeah, we'll go right there. Nah, there's one more. There we go. Next up is Opinionimation, and Noelle here. Her videos are very juicy. Don't take it the wrong way, please. Her videos are very like they will seat your hunger. She has few videos, but they're all very good. If you don't know, she does also does some collaboration with other animators, which is obviously very good to be able to collaborate with your community. She does also a few shorts, but honestly, her stories, if you haven't seen any of her stories, you should the moment you can. I mean, the whole grandpa was an FBI hostage negotiator. I was watching that while I was unloading a truck to put stuff in the storage unit. I specifically remember that. And then someone was basically walking by and kind of gave me a weird look because, like, they were like, why aren't you listening to music or something? I'm like, really? I don't want this right now. But, yeah. So for that reason, we're going to put Opinionimation. I'm going to put her in the great category right there. Right between Nia and Gulen. Next up is the professional Peter Pop Smoke called Oversimplify. And I mean that in the best way possible. Basically, bro disappears, uploads, and then disappears once again instantly. His videos on this history stuff, especially the later ones, are detailed to a T. Like the War of the Bucket. He starts at the macro, the biggest macro he can possibly get right there while still making sense. And then comes down to like this little village that is basically fighting over a damn bucket, which, I mean, people suck, but anyway. 9.3 million subs is crazy for only 33 videos. He has merch, and they're flying off the shelf. Like, a lot of his products, they sell out within 24 hours. That's how you know it's good. So for that reason, we're going to put him in the low legendary. And the reason why I'm putting him in low legendary, mostly it's because of sporadic gaps. And I understand that you want to make the most authentic stuff possible. You want to make it good. You want to make it accurate. And that's all good stuff. There's no doubt about that, but I hope you enjoy your throne, good sir or ma'am. Next up is Pringus Medingus, and no true long form videos. They're all pretty basically shorts, except with some exceptions, of course. But this artwork here is amazing. these are all mostly Nintendo stuff mixed in with some memes. But if you haven't seen these, I highly recommend you check that out. Oh, this is one of my favorites of all time here. Her on the ox versus me on the ox. Oh yeah, I'm one of them right there. Bro has achieved 1.02 million subs. Very well deserved. I'm gonna put you in the I'm gonna put you right there, in the great category. Next up is a psych. Oops. Before I just out of order, I need to check my notes again before this. Anyway, next up is Psych to Go, and let me explain why I'm putting him in legendary. Psych to Go, I have learned quite a lot about psychology thanks to these people. Their team, they're different animators, um, amongst other people. Like, if you like, I'm kind of a psychology, like I have a little bit of a tism for psychology. I mean, I have a big ass tism for history, but I have a little bit of tism for psychology and theology. But this is just like one of those things where it's like something that you watch and you really learn a lot, and you don't even realize you learn a lot. um they're doing very good to make psychology more accessible to everyone, including yours truly, and I'm very grateful for them. Of here, for that reason, I'm deciding to put Psych to Go in a legendary. It's not one animator, but it's one whole team making amazing things happen. Next up is Peanut Button, and I have featured Peanut Button before, but her stories and animations, simple, but it most definitely does more to get the job done. You are entertained by this. One of the greatest perspectives I've seen on this is My Toxic Friend, Part 1 and 2, which has basically taught me quite a bit about some experiences with that, and help me understand some of my personal experiences with it. But if you haven't really seen Peanut Button, I highly recommend you check her out. She deserves more than 874 subscribers, so I hope you really consider watching her. For that reason, I'm gonna put her in the. I'll put you right there. Next up is Puddle Art Studio. Puddle Art Studio is basically relationship like stuff right here, but some of her long forms, from the window cover, um, and along with some of her like daily dose of Valorant videos, they're still funny. Not gonna lie. But basically, she is a shorts animator. Has made quite a bit of relationship type videos. Some LDR or long distance relationships. Some of them it's basically like cutesy stuff. But if you love cute stuff, I highly recommend Puddle Art Studio. Um, she does have merch, but because she is in like in the East, you know, for us Americans, it's kind of hard. So it's like, damn, I really want some of that stuff, but it's like, so far too. Hopefully, it gets easier to be shipped over here at some point. I'm gonna put her in the right there in the great category. Next up is Kiwi Animates. Kiwi Animates has quite a few videos, but they're all good videos. Let me tell you. She does have some story times. Sorry, I'm just looking at this list here still. She does have quite a bit of art, but if you're into like this type of art, then I highly recommend you subscribe to her. Hopefully, she's doing well, and I hope to see more from her. So I'm gonna put you in the. I'll put you right there. Peace. Next up is Risaru. Her animation stories are quite captivating. Um, she has a few videos, but they're all good. She does a little bit of interaction with her community and has made a amazing collab banner which I missed out on being on, but it's alright. It's all good. I recommend y'all check her out, and I'm gonna put her in the good category. Next up is Santimations. He is a Colombian YouTuber. It does a little bit of collaborations with Conimations, of course, but I gotta say, I do recommend y'all check him out. He does interact with this community quite a bit, and I hope to see more from bro right here. Still believing in Santa? Yeah, I know, it's crazy, bro. In that case, we're gonna put him in the good category. We'll put you comfortably next to Connie right there. Next up is Sarah. Sarah something. She does quite a bit of collaborations with the Animations, which we'll see shortly. A lot of shorts, but like I said, simple does not always mean bad. This simple is very creative. Like you think that this is amazing right here. I remember this video, and just goes to that phase. I'm like, ooh, that's someone that I would not want to mess with. Like if I want to mess with anyone, this one right here would be last on the list for sure. For that, I'm gonna put her in the low grade category. Oh, right there. Next up is Silly Skelly, which bro has made his own animation series, which is a very big step, called Gizmo and Emery. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out the moment you can. This is taking a big step in this category here, where you're basically watching two characters basically go through life and stuff, the life and times of Gizmo and Emery. But honestly, this finished dude definitely is doing well, and I hope to see more from you, bro. So for that, I'm gonna put him in the great category right there. Next up is some more sketches, and where are your videos? Yeah, I guess she deleted her videos, which is interesting to see, honestly. She did do quite a bit of uploads on her stuff, but now they're all gone. So I'm gonna have to base it by memory. I remember her videos being quite captivating with a little bit of sound effects, sort of like Ed, Ed and Eddie type of sound effects. You know, oh man, I wish I could remember more, but I just don't. This is why I use notes, guys. But anyway, S'mores, I hope you're doing well. But based on just my memory here, I'm gonna put her in the good category. I'm gonna put her right there. There we go. Next up is Suni. I have mentioned her with Mystic right here, but Suni does great animations here. She has only 3 videos, but they're all very good videos. Story time on working at a movie theater and being in audio video production, or AVP class. I myself was in AVP class for 2 years, in the last 2 years of high school, and there were some actually good times in there. But damn, it was not chaotic like that, that's for sure. Oh, and my senior year, we basically did a news reel of, for the morning announcements in lieu of the overhead announcements, which we've been doing for pretty much as far as I can remember all the time. But her art on Instagram is also amazing, and I highly recommend you check it out whenever you can. So for that reason, I'm gonna put her in the great category, somewhere right here. Next up is Sophie's Magic Diary. Sophie, we're gonna call her that. Sophie had this interesting thing going on between this girl and guy and another girl and guy, which I don't really know their names. The purple hair girl is basically the main character between the four, along with her little dog, of course. I think it's a dog. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a dog. It's a puppy. But quite a bit of it is entertainment. Quite a bit of it is relationship. But they're all so good. Very well done. I hope to see more from this one right here, especially because this is all like captivating. It's addicting. I'll say that much. It is very addicting. Clearly, Sophie's magic is working on me that well. For that reason, I'm gonna put her in the great category. Next up is Death Posts. This is, I think, the last Christian of all of. Yeah, it's the last Christian animator here. I mean, animation is sort of a stretch. These are more like artwork than stretch, and I mean that in a good way possible. One of the best videos I've seen from her is her latest one called Sanctuary. Basically, she finds a guy by himself, and in the end, spoiler alert, they pray together. Which is one of the best things someone can do for another Christian, fellow Christian right there. One of the videos here, there's two I want to talk about. One of them is, "Hey, are you okay?" Which is basically a voicemail left by a girl to this guy, saying how much she's thinking about him and hope he's doing okay. What I would do for that. The second one is "I Will Die Your Daughter," which I'm pretty sure this video is basically the whole persecution thing. It is very informative about the persecutions going on, which I pray for as much as I can, pretty much every night, because it really sucks that someone has to go through that. But I think here is where I learned about what's called the 21. The 21 men that were murdered by ISIS, but they never stood down. They never gave up, despite what they were going through. The torture, the treachery, and even the walk to the beach where they know they were about to get their throats basically slit. They believed to the very end. I'm pretty sure that could have inspired at least one ISIS dude to convert, and I hope that that was the case. And for that reason, I'm gonna put Seth Post in this one right here. Next up is the Duck. But if you know Birdie, then you know Duck. Basically the same thing, just a different dude. But he does it his way as well. D1 crash outs. Division 1 crash outs. I love that one. But anyway, 2024 trends. Oh dear lord. I miss seeing some of this right here, not gonna lie. I'm just looking through this. The truth of being a Gen Z adult. I don't think I need to know any more of that. Thank you very much. But either way, we're gonna put the Duck right next to Birdie, right where he belongs. Next up is Stick Tory, which, if you know Bernard, if you know who's the other one? I forgot. Lost Legacy Media, then you know Stick Tory. Basically same thing. Why it sucks to be blank, all yada yada yada. But the the pictures here in animation is actually quite good. These are definitely interesting topics, and the thing is that I forgot to mention between the three of them, Stick Tory, Lost Legacy Media, especially and Bernard, that they'll do basically YouTube quizzes, and it's always about their videos. Like I said, especially Lost Legacy Media. Um, that definitely works well for engagement. I just kind of forgot to say that, but either way, it's very good. So for that reason, I'm gonna put Stick Tory right next to Bernard here. So these two are basically the exact same ranking. These two are basically the exact same ranking. So we're gonna do that right there. Next up is the Modern Bro. Life's weird. Subscribe anyway. That's perfect, bro. Anyway, so Modern Bro gives very good life advice, especially to men. These are more targeted towards men, but let me tell you, these are very good. It's not like the whole Andrew Tate type shit or the whole like fucking Sigma male type shit. These are like genuine right here. And these can apply to your life too. So, for that reason, I'm going to put him in the great right there. Yeah. Animation is very simple, or more like drawings, but they're very simple, but they definitely tell a story. I'll say that much. Next up is Tuki History. Bro hasn't really uploaded in 2 years. And then the one right before that, which is Stalin, which in my opinion is his best video, is 6 years. So this bro has not been active for basically 6 years. But you really want to learn history and be entertained? Oh man, you found the right place. I'm gonna put him right here, and the reason why he's not ranked higher is because of the hiatus, basically. Not a single post from him or anything, but either way, like I said, these are very good. So I highly recommend you check them out. Next up is Toonstars. Basically, movie in a nutshell, but his art style, which I really, really love. I think these work best if you watch them after the movie, if you already watched it, but even if you haven't, which in most cases, this is me right here, it just works very well. I don't have to watch the movie no more. I could just watch this if I really wanted to. But yeah, we're gonna put bro in the we'll put you right there. Next up is Valerie, formerly Aileen, but her name is Valerie, so we're gonna call her Valerie from now on. She has made quite a bit of variety, but she is an amazing artist, let me tell you. Strawberries is most definitely her thing. Strawberries are amazing. I agree with you. Although she isn't really active on YouTube or any other socials as far as I know, I think she's more of a shorts than a long form type of animator. But either way, I recommend that you guys watch her if you want to be a little bit entertained for a bit. For that reason, I'm gonna put her in the good category, but I'll put you right there. Next up is the Animations, which is also in collaboration with Sarah something. But the Animations makes very good storytime videos. Not a lot, but they're all very good. Not gonna lie. Quite a bit of shorts as well. Let's see here. She also has done some posts, but nothing recent. I believe she is more active on Discord than anything. But if you want some good stories, well, here you go. The Animations is your gal right there. So for that reason, we're gonna put her in the. We'll put you right there. Next up is Yoontunes, and I'm already gonna say it where she's gonna go. And the main reason why I put Yoontunes in Legendary, I mean, bro, come on. This artwork you can't really compete with. Her stories are most definitely immaculate. They're addicting. They bring you in. Um, she does stream quite a bit with her community. Not often, but you know, she does sometimes. Um, her inner monster competition, or not competition, excuse me. Her inner monster event was very good. I did participate in it, so it's all good. Um, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention Bernie's Secret Santa was truly an amazing success. Um, but yeah, Yoontunes is most definitely on par with the greats out there. She has 795,000 subscribers. I genuinely hope you get to 1 million before January 31st. Good luck to you. Next up is Zipkey. Zipkey has over 1 million subs herself. She does quite a bit of shorts and videos a little bit, but shorts is where her bread and butter is, I would say. Her artwork is very good. It's quite a bit detailed. And a lot of it is her stories and stuff like that. So, if you want to check out something that's a little bit more unique, I highly recommend Zipkey for that. And for that reason, I'm going to put her in the. I'll put you right there. And last but not least is Silpaiha. We're going to go with that. Bro, I'm not saying that because he's a guy. I'm saying that. Well, okay. They have almost 3 million subs at 2.91k or 2.91 million. If you haven't seen Minecraft anime in its purest form, let me tell you, you're missing out. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're missing out. These videos, like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're just so amazing. The Minecraft stuff between Steven and Alex, or Steven and Alex, excuse me, is amazing. I also like the Meet the Amanda and Meet the Wooly that they did right here. That's kind of a nice change of pace, a nice touch right there. But the the Minecraft stuff, let me tell you. Oh, you really should check them out. The second you can. You have no idea. For that reason, I'm gonna put you pretty much up there. Yeah, I think that's the tier list. I'm pretty happy with this tier list. Quite a few things. If you stuck around for this long, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I try to be as detailed as I can. I was not expecting this to be over an hour long. If you have anyone that you would like to put on the list somewhere, just let me know down below in the comments and why you think they belong and where they are. I just realized I didn't put anyone in or mid, so I guess that's a good thing. But honestly, the higher the tier list, the more you check them out first. Um, on a personal note to every single one of you on this list, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for making content and for being awesome. And here's to many more. And to the rest of you, I hope to see you all in 2026 when I will make a few more songs, of course. I have quite a bit of a docket on making songs, but hopefully you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you guys later. May peace always be with you.